the first part of the initial objective of the mission, like I said, was to verify that the Holbrooke-Milosevic agreement was being adhered to. But the mission began to change very quickly. Like I said, there were ex-soldiers and ex-police or policemen on the ground from different countries. And when they saw the two sides, the UČK and the Vojsko Yugoslavia, or the police, when there were hostilities that were going to break out or had already broken out, the members of the KVM took it upon themselves to act as intermediaries to try to get the two sides to stop fighting. A lot of that was never reported. There was a large battle at Polojevo in December of 1999, and Ambassador Walker was able to, have a little ceasefire agreement there. It made the news and that sort of thing. But these types of efforts to keep the groups from fighting were going on a daily basis. So all throughout the rest of Kosovo. It was really an admirable thing. I mean, if you put it in context, or perhaps take it out of context, what ultimately happened, the OSCE KVM monitors, I think they really had it at heart, but it turned into a mission. It turned into a peacekeeping mission is what it did. It wasn't intended to be a peacekeeping mission, but it turned into that. And when violence did break out, a lot of times the KVM was criticized for not being able to keep the peace. Well, that was never our mission in the first place. But it sort of unilaterally took it on ourselves to do that. So in the Fusion Center, my mission suddenly became not only identifying possible violations of the Holbrooke-Milosevic agreement, but trying to anticipate where violence was going to break out. And I had actually earlier filed reports that we had created together, or by myself, about Stimulje being a possible area of future violence because of what was happening, because of that UČK was moving into that area and they were getting stronger. There were reports, like I mentioned, of kidnappings and abductions of ethnic Albanians, as well as ethnic Serbs, being held as prisoners, tried for being sympathizers with the government, and then sentenced to forced labor in these towns, like Račak and Petrovo, Malopose, that are in those hills around Stimulje.